Okay. Let's put it on Facebook. Go live. And another. Yeah, let's go live. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, sweet. Hey guys. All right. So welcome to another live video stream. My name is Kevin. Once again, for those who don't know, my company is called Freelance Computing. And I have here, which I'll show in a little bit. I know you guys can't really see it now. I have another computer on the YouTube one you can kind of see. I have another computer which unfortunately has another bad power supply. So actually I'm gonna try to set this up so you guys could see this a little bit better. Hey Frank, how Olivia? Hi, what's going on? All right, so I already, oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Oh, Jesus. All right. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 minute here. What is going on? Okay. Well, that was my VGA cable. Check this out. Ready? Oh, look at that. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, that's good. Surprisingly, the cable still works because nothing's broke. It's just the shroud. Hey Pam. Hey Jeff. Yeah. So anyways, I don't worry about that. That's not what this video is about. Okay. So anyway, so if you guys go to my previous video, I did do a YouTube live video of a different computer with the same issue. It was a bad power supply. So long story short, when you try to plug it in and you press the power button, what ended up happening was the fan would spin and then shut off, spin and shut off, and a whole bunch of other garbage. So my clients, same one, ended up giving me another computer, and it's another bad power supply, but it has different symptoms. So I'm just going to show you what the different symptoms are. So let's go ahead and get started. Huh? All right. So I'm going to plug this in, and actually, I kind of want to. It's kind of hard to see. Well, let me plug this in. I'll try to angle the camera a little bit better for you guys. But what I want you to see is basically when I plug it in, nothing happens. Oh, it does kind of happen, but all right. So if you can kind of see, machine spins. Oh, there we go. Let me see if I could get YouTube to know what it's looking for. Okay. So pretty much what ended up happening is that the fan spins. Oh, come on. I'm not going to move. There we go. All right. So the fan pretty much spins, but it doesn't get any post. So it's just basically a blank screen, and that's pretty much all it does. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. I just had an idea of what it could actually be. I want to see this actually posts. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I plugged it in, I heard a beep. And usually that beep is a good thing. Huh. Okay, well, I lied. It's not a bad power supply. Because as you can see here, let me grab these. Right here. Look, you can see it. It's see that that's a post. You don't have to read what it is. It beeped at me and then it posted. So that pretty much tells me that something else was going on with it. And now I feel kind of all right. So just for the record, I never said it was a bad power supply. my client told me that it was possibly a bad power supply. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Ryan. Yes, Eva did tell me that. So thank you for getting that ready for me. Appreciate it. Okay, so. Crap. All right. All right. So, good news is that this video is going to be very short because I know what the problem is. And I'll tell you actually what I did before I started this video. So, just to be sure I wasn't going to completely screw myself over with this Facebook Live video and this YouTube Live video, I just went off a hunch. And I grabbed my test power supply, the thing you see back there with the white cables dangling over there, right? Same as what I did with my previous video where I plugged in the power supply and turned it on just to make sure that it was actually a bad power supply. But this time, I did an extra step. Now, a lot of people actually don't realize this, and I actually meant to talk about this at my previous video, but I completely forgot. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. But this here is what you call a CMOS battery. It's just your standard CR2032 watch battery, and every desktop computer has one. So basically, let me kind of show you. It's that little silver thingy, like right there. Fat fingers are blocking it. That battery right there. So, what a lot of people don't realize is that, like any other battery, it needs to be changed. And the reason why a lot of people don't really realize this is because your computer has its own power supply here. This CMOS battery actually keeps everything working internally on the motherboard. Now, this is what's called your BIOS, or basic input output system, right? So it keeps your time, it keeps the date, it keeps your settings. So basically it tells the computer, oh, hey, I have a DVD drive and I also have a hard drive and everything like that. Some motherboards will still work with a bad CMOS battery. What ends up happening is that if you have it plugged in and you leave it plugged in, it'll be perfectly fine. But the moment you unplug it, it clears all the memory because the battery's dead and it can't keep your memory at all. So every single time you try to turn it back on, it basically resets itself and freaks out, giving you a beeping warning saying that, you know, things have been reset back to default. Press F1 to continue or delete to go into setup and stuff like that. So then you have to go back into it. You have to change the date, change the time, re-add all your stuff, all that other fun stuff, whatever. But other motherboards will do what my client told me, was that he would plug it in and try to turn it on and nothing will happen. So all computers are a little bit different when it comes to diagnosing certain issues. So he thought it was a bad power supply, and to be honest with you, I did also. So that's why I switched out the power supply. But just off of whim, I tested the battery. So over here, it's just a battery tester. Really simple. It has red, yellow, and green telling you the limit of the battery, whatever power it has left over, whatever. Excuse me. So what happens is basically I just take this, put it in here, and I just test it. And notice how there's nothing, no lights whatsoever showing up, right? So I'll show you the battery that I used. Actually, I'll just take another one. All right, here we go. So battery right over here, right? Same kind, 2032. And notice how when I put it in, look at all the pretty lights. Goes right to green. So I basically took one of these batteries and I popped it into that one to replace it. Because I knew the other one was bad. But I did that, and I also replaced the power supply at the same time. So instead of me doing what I should have done step by step, I kind of got overzealous, and I did like more than one thing. Now, usually it wouldn't be an issue doing more than one thing just to try to figure out what the problem is. But clearly in this case, notice how I didn't swap out the power supply yet. The hold on, the power supply, this thing over here. I just want to make sure I'm running both YouTube and Facebook, so I want to make sure you both could see it. Anyways, yeah. So still the original power supply, and I did this. Thanks, Pam. I still did this. Plugged in the old power supply because I wanted to show you guys, hey, this is the old power supply. This is what it's doing. And then I wasn't actually going to show you how to replace a power supply before. If you want to know how to do that, just check out my previous video. So I just wanted to show you, hey, look, it's another issue with the power supply, but it's acting differently. But clearly, when I plugged it in, I heard that beep, which is called the post beep. Usually when you hear that beep, that is like heaven, because you know that it's working when you hear that beep. Now, mind you, not all computers have a built-in speaker. They do have external ones that you could plug in just for testing. I'm trying to see if I have one, but no, I don't. Or, the motherboards will have a built-in one already in there. So clearly when I plugged it in, it beeped, and you saw earlier it posted perfectly fine. So I know it's not a bad power supply. It's just that stupid CMOS battery that no one ever pays attention to. So, long story short, if excuse me, if your computer isn't working correctly, like other issues where you think it's the power supply, it couldn't hurt to throw in a test power supply and see if it boots up. If it doesn't boot up, if it doesn't post, don't automatically assume it's the motherboard that's bad. Unfortunately, there are places out there that would tell you immediately, like, oh, if they do one or two tests and, oh, it doesn't work, it's probably the motherboard, or it's probably this and probably that. Like, they don't really dig in deeper, which I can't really blame them, because if they're like, multi-million, billion-dollar companies, they don't have the time to take to actually diagnose a machine, to try to actually get the right part that needs to be replaced. They usually just try to upsell, and basically they're trying to list out all these things that need to be fixed, and then ultimately they're hoping that your decision is like, oh, well, I'll just buy a new computer then because it's already around the same cost. I think majority of you guys know who I'm talking about, or a couple of places, but I digress. But anyways, so after replacing the CMOS battery, I got the post. So good news is that it's not the power supply. Everything's working great. And then all I have to do now is just reset the settings and then give a call to my client and just tell them, like, hey, it was just a battery. Yay. Not that he would know, to be honest with you. My client, he's actually really good. He usually goes through a lot of things. Like, he's not afraid to open up the side panel, clean out the fans in case something's overheating, check the cables, unplug them, plug them back in, take out PCI cards, take out like RAM chips, everything like that. Like, he will go the extra mile to basically check everything. And then when he contacts me and tells me, hey, my computer's not working, that's when I know, like, oh crap, it might be something serious. But the whole CMOS battery thing, like I said, he, along with a lot of other people, don't ever think about replacing the CMOS battery. So, all right, so that's pretty much it for this Facebook Live. I'm just going through the chat really quick and see. All right, so nothing on Facebook. I mean, nothing on YouTube. Huh. A lot of people on Facebook. Okay, cool. Let's see. Hi to Frank. Hi to Olivia. Hi to Pam. Hi to Jeff. Hi to Jeremy. Hi to Ryan. Hi to Jill. Hi to Dan. Hi to Brittany. Hi to Lyle. Hi to Randy. Jeff, if it's boring, you know what to do. Skedaddle. Let's see. Yeah, Ryan. Okay, I got that. Realized that my CMOS battery. Oh, CMOS. It's actually it's spelled CMOS, not C. All right, you get it. Oh, thanks, Pam. I know, I'd hire me too. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the YouTube video and Facebook Live. If you do like what I'm doing. I'm just starting to build up my page. So if you guys don't mind, if you could go to my YouTube page and subscribe. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like. If you don't like it, well, you know what to do. Push the other button. I'm not going to tell you to do it again. But anyways, and then, hit subscribe. And also there's a little bell, which is like the notification. So the next time I do a video, you'll get notified for that. And then I appreciate all you guys on Facebook Live too. I am trying to push more on my YouTube Live also, just trying to get the views. Or, if you don't have the time to run both, or you know what you want to watch whatever, but the YouTube one ends up getting posted, I think, like an hour or so later on. So if you guys don't mind sharing that, if you have other people that that might be interested in my YouTube channel, that would be great. And once again, it's Freelance Computing on YouTube. Just go ahead and Google it. And then also I have a Facebook business page. It's Freelance Computing Inc. Inc. So go ahead and like that, follow that, and share the crap out of it. I really appreciate it. So, but that'll be all. So thanks again for all who are attending this live video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.